Hello again. Just had a thought I wanted to share with you, a couple thoughts actually. You know, when we're looking to improve our golf games, and we all are, we need to know that we're working on the right things in the right way at the right time. Depending on what level of player we are, whether it's social recreational, recreational competitive, or competitive and tournament level, we're all working on the same things. It's just we're doing it at different levels. If, for instance, a social recreational player is maybe working on things that a competitive and tournament level player might be working on, it might not specifically address those kinds of things that recreational, social and recreational level player needs to be focusing on. So in the R3 approach, we know that there's a process, there's an order to our improvement process, and it begins with perspective number one, which is fluidity, feel, and consistency, FFC. Perspective number one is very much a consciousness. It's very much us believing that we're a particular level of player, and our improvement process begins with the end in mind, in that our objective is to actually raise our level of consciousness as far as what type of golfer, what level of golfer we perceive ourselves to be. Now, in order to do that, we need to be working on the right things in the right way at the right time, which then leads us to perspective number two, mechanics. The golf club's a tool, so we need to be using that tool in a manner close to the way in which it was designed to be used. So perspective number two, all about mechanics, which has to do with the golf club. Then we move on to perspective number three, the physical perspective, which deals with our body and how our body is going to support those mechanics. In other words, this is where we all begin to develop our personal style and technique of swinging a golf club. This is where we do our experimenting. We call it the lab. So when we're in the lab and we're working on our golf swing, we need to be doing it with those mechanics in mind that are contained in perspective number two. Then the progression will follow as such. We'll move from the physical perspective to the tactical perspective, the fourth and final perspective in the R3 approach. Tactical perspective has to do with our mind, obviously, and how we get the most out of what we've got on any given day when we're playing golf. It's all about tactics. It's all about managing ourselves and tactically working our way around the golf course to produce the best score we can. As we become better tacticians when we're playing, we then and only then will move back up to perspective number one, which is where we started out, which is where we began the whole process, beginning with the end in mind. We'll at that point work our way into, or prepare ourselves to play in the zone or play the best golf that we're capable of playing. But this will not happen unless we're addressing all four perspectives, and in such a way that we understand what each perspective is all about. This is the